Well, you know, we are headed into a new year, and we know that that means a lot of you are probably preparing for your resolutions. If you're looking for some resources to try to help you stay on track, that's exactly what we're talking about today. Look, I love goals. I love goal settings, but I don't trust everybody with my goal setting. But I definitely trust Reverend Dr. William Seth Martin in the studio with us today. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. It's my joy.
You know, one of my favorite things is to talk with you about goal setting and getting my mind right, because a lot of times it takes that. And in your book, Faith Moves, Leaving Comfort for Your Calling, you talk about just that. Let's talk about what prompted you to even want to start writing this book.
Yeah, there were so many people who would ask me when I go places to preach and to just do ministry. They would ask me about how do I know what my purpose is, and then how do I start taking steps toward it. And so as somebody who has tried to walk in my purpose for most of my life in ministry, I wanted to really do a dive into not only how do you discern your purpose, but what are some of the reasons that people have a hard time stepping into those things. And what I found was that faith is not just something we believe, but it's what we do because of what we believe. And so many people just stop at belief and purpose or dreams, but they don't go to that next step about what are the things I should do to take a next step into my faith journey, and how do I overcome some of the challenges that try to keep me from moving toward my purpose.
Man, preparation is key, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about goal setting, and we talk about wanting to be this new you, new year,
Yep.
but it's hard when you're like, okay, how do I actually put that into action? And some folks, it's that negative thinking, right? And you actually address some of those negative thoughts that probably slow us down in our progress. How can we try to overcome some of those?
Yeah, identifying them is one of the first things. I've got to be honest that there are some voices in my head that are often competing with the best voices telling me to take a move of faith or go into a bold step. And so I got to identify those voices, and then I have to challenge them. Is this true? That's become one of the favorite things that I say to myself when I have these negative thoughts about should I, make a new change, or do I take a new step in my career or whatever. I ask myself the question when I have negative thoughts, is that true? And is that true about myself? Is that true about the God I believe in? All those things. And so identifying those and then challenging those thoughts and being bold to take a step past the negative thinking is a big part of it.
I think who you surround yourself with will definitely make a big difference. And I think some of us, we're surrounded by a bunch of people who have very high goals, and and that's good.
Yep.
But there are some of us who are surrounded by people who might have never been successful in their goal setting. What would you say about trying to get the right environment to be able to let us be successful?
Yeah, you don't, you rise to the level of your relationships a lot of times. And so when you surround yourself with people who not only have set goals, but who also have pushed past adversity, and who know what it is to be discouraged, but then also know what it is to push past discouragement, you put yourself in a better position to be able to accomplish your goals. Because sometimes there are people you'll have around you, and because they couldn't succeed in certain places in their lives, they'll say, well, hey, what you're trying to do just isn't possible. They'll superimpose their own experience onto your life. And you gotta remember, and you gotta surround yourself with people who say, I still believe that anything's possible, and I still believe that you can accomplish your goals, and who will encourage you and pick you up on those down days. You gotta have the right relationships if you're gonna take a step of into your purpose and into your destiny. And so sometimes that means I need to leave some spaces and some people. Other times that means I need to communicate to people in my life, hey, here are some of the things that that when you say these things, they make me discouraged, or they don't help me go to my next goal. But you got to have the right people around you. I only surround myself with people who are moving toward their destiny and purpose, and who want to push me further than what I even dream and imagine for my own life.
Either way, you got to move.
Either way, you got to move.
Either way, you got to move. Well, we do have a link on where you can find Faith Moves at KARE11.com/noon. Thanks for hanging out with us.
No, my joy. Thank you.
And